Hello and welcome to our today's session of Sports Skills Program. Hashtag
Gambler skills.
Good. I am happy to be your host today. My name is Coach James Okwere with my team.
Crush.
Susan.
David. And George.
Thank you guys. It is very important that when we start our activity, we need to do a proper warm-up. What do you think are the benefits of a proper warm-up?
Warm up helps your body get ready for the next exercise.
Excellent. What do you think, Susan, is one of the benefits of doing a proper warm-up?
Adjust your body.
It will help you adjust to the next activity. Excellent, guys. Now, to start us off with our warm-up, we are going to do a few things. But before, you need to be aware of the safety measures before you start the play. Now, looking at our environment, you need to ensure that where you are doing this activity are safe for play. Secondly, it is always good to have some water with you to keep rehydrated while doing activities. It helps that you use the shoes, the shorts, all the attires that is required for this physical activity need to be appropriate, fit for purpose, and comfortable for you as well. Now, very good. We're going to kickstart our session with a slight jog from the start line up to the orange cone. Are you ready, guys?
Yeah.
All right, good. So let's do this, boys, and go. Let's go. Jog. Brilliant. Let's try and increase on the pace a bit. Let's go. Okay, a bit of jogging on the spot. Now, the next thing from that light jog, I want us now to try and do some high knees to the orange cone and back. Are you ready, guys?
Yeah.
The high knees. Let's go. Let's go. A bit of jogging on the spot again. Moving on swiftly onto our next warm-up activity. We are going to sprint to the orange cone and walk back to the starting line. Are we fired up, guys?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's go. Quick sprint. Walk, walk, walk. And back. Walk, 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 walk. One more time, guys. Push yourself up. Brilliant. And back. Well done, sir. Give yourself up back to the back. We are still continuing the warm-up. A proper warm-up should last between 10 to 15 minutes. That will get you ready for explosive sprints. Good. The next warm-up is heel flick. And how do you do the heel flicks? From that position, put your hands at the back. Okay? Now your heels need to tap your palm. Let's do it slowly on the spot. Let's start from this position. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay, pause it there a bit. Now you can start slowly and slightly increase on your pace as your confidence grows. Are you ready, guys?
Yeah.
It flicks to the orange cone and back. Go! There, going slowly. Okay, well done, Susan there. Leading the back. Two. One more time, let's go. A bit faster than that. Good. All right, now we're going on to a bit of stretching, and on the side, I want us to put our feet slightly apart. Okay, and from our bottom, we sip down slowly to our heels. Okay, stretch your hamstring. Just make sure Your legs are straight, they're comfortably apart, and you're not straining your back while doing it. Ensure your back is also straight. Okay, up again. Okay, down slowly. Hands to the back. George, hands to the back a bit. Good. Up and last time. Good. Going down. Right, arms to the side. Swing sideways. Fantastic. Can you do a count of 5? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Keep your hands shoulder level. Hands shoulder level. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Put one heel in front of you. Try to reach for your toes with the opposite leg slightly bent on the knee. Okay. And pull it backwards a bit. Try and dig your heel. Lovely, guys. Okay. You need to hold a stretch between 10 and 15 seconds, and then you switch onto the other side. Fantastic. On the opposite side. Okay. You can count inwardly for the 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Now, I want us to do some sprint specific warm up. Now, to start us off with some sprint specific warm up, I want you guys to sit on the tartan. Good. Now, in this segment, you need to use your hands. While sitting down, you're going to drive your hand from pocket to ear. That will be the motion of your hands as you're doing exercise. Guys, can you see this? Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Let's go for 10. Slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. Faster now. Let's go a bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can we do it a bit faster than that?
Yes.
Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's go quick one. 1, 2, chop, chop, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Clap for yourself, guys. Alright, good. Put your hand, one foot at the back. Stretch your quad. Okay, and on the opposite side. Try to reach for your toes. If you can, start slowly reaching for your knee, down your shin as you progress all the way to your toes. If you can grab the balls of your feet or your foot, that's fine. Okay, bring your legs in together. And there, hold it for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let us get back on our feet. Fantastic. Now, moving on swiftly onto our next sprint specific warm up, we're going to start a short sprint from the start line to the orange cone. From this position, sprint. Okay, we're going to sprint up to the orange cone and walk back. Guys, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, leading hand should be opposite to your knee or the other leg. So if your leading hand is the left hand, your right leg should be in front. And if it's the other side, it changes as well. So you're going to sprint 3 times, going and walking back briskly. Sprint to the orange cone, walk back briskly. Final sprint to the orange cone and back, again walking briskly. Ready, guys?
Yes, sir.
Let's go! Up your head. Okay, and walk quickly back. Good. One more time, I want to see you guys using your hands. Let's go. Well done. David, I want you to try with your knees as well. Okay? Please do remember that when you're sprinting, you're using your hands, you're flexing your hip up so that you're able to make longer strides. It will really help you get the distance and faster times when you're sprinting. One more time, guys. Ready? Go! And back. At this point, you can have a sip of water and come back onto the next section. We have really enjoyed our warm-up session, and now we're moving on to the core of our activity today, which is sprinting. And to start us off is going to be our starts. Now, sprinting starts, there are different ways of doing it. There's the bullet start, there's the median start, and there's the elongated start. Every athlete has their own way or a different way of doing it, depending on how comfortable you are and how you like to do it. Many coaches have different ways of coaching it, but our focus today is going to be our medium start or the bullet start. We have different athletes here, so we're going to apply different techniques that will work well for them. So to get us on for this start, there are 3 commands. The first command is on your mark. The second command is set. The third command is go. We have to get the fundamentals correct so that every learner gets it right from the word go. So we're going to go through the steps to starting. Now, for you to get the start command that says on your mark, you need to put your lead foot just slightly behind the start line. So I'll ask my team members to put their lead foot just slightly behind the start line. Okay? Now, your left foot, which is your trailing foot, should be just slightly at the back, behind your hip, but on the side. Lift up your right foot or the lead foot in line with your left foot, and ground your hind foot, putting your knee in line with your heel. The gap in between, you can put a fist so that you're comfortable when you're getting off the blocks or the start line. Now we need to ensure that there's space in between for you when you are getting on the mark and set position. You have room to be stable off the blocks or the starting line. Your fingers needs to be pointed outwards. Many a times you find athletes getting your fingers on the line. You will be disqualified if you start from that position. Your thumb needs to point inwards if you like them in that position, or if you want them to be in this position. At this point, either as a coach or you're participating on your own with your friends, you need to stand up and just ensure that the person you're training with is in the correct position. Inspect the line, make sure no one's foot is beyond or stepping over the line. Ensure that their fingers, like my athletes here, are behind the line. They're going to also try and push off with their fingers, as well as drive off with their legs. So that is the crouch position. Now from the crouch position, which is on your mark, the next command is set. At this position, we want our runners to get up slightly, raising their hip. Their lead foot, the knee should be at an angle of 90 degrees, and the back foot or back leg at an angle of 120 degrees behind the knees. Their eyes should be focusing between 2 to 3 meters just ahead of them. Not too high up, stretching the back leg, and not too low down, because getting up will be a challenge. We're emphasizing on this because that is where the basics should be gotten correctly. Set. Now, that is the set position where our athletes are now getting ready to take off. As soon as they hear the command go, they will start from a leaning forward position until the orange comes. That is the acceleration phase. Okay, we will take this back so that we can see the seamless sequence of how to start. Okay, back on our feet, guys. Brilliant. On your mark. You confirm that this is all correct. Like the hand back, in the back. Set. Go. Low body position. Good. And walk back quickly. What is the thing? You like it? Is there anything you want to adjust? Are you comfortable with that stuff? We have seen that is how we start. We are now going to practice that segment of how to crouch and get into that position of taking off into what we call the acceleration phase. Remember the commands: on your mark, set, and then go. In this event, if we don't use the word go, there are clappers or a can will go off. That is how athletes get it. In the event that you start off before or after the can, there are consequences. Please do not anticipate the clapper or the command to go. Get the sequence right, and then you get it correctly. So on to our athletes. On your mark. Move your feet back a bit. Set. 2 to 3 meters ahead of you. Go. Keep your body low. Brilliant. Let's get back quickly, guys. Here's my hope you, our viewers at home, you are enjoying and having fun doing this sprint exercise. From the acceleration phase of the sprint, we are moving on to the transition phase. Now, the transition phase requires you to drive your knees, making longer strides, and also using your hands. Remember, on part of the warm-up segment, we said our hands are moving from our ears to pocket or elbows to the sky and back. So your hand action and leg drive will help propel you faster into the finish. Now the transition phase, we are going to do a bit of a practice run for it. Now from this start line, we are going to be in the transition phase, starting position. Again, with our hands at that position, we are driving our knees, bumping up our legs. Remember, you are going to be landing onto the ball of your feet. You don't want to land flat foot, because the more you're off the ground or the track, the faster you will be moving. So less contact with the surface, the longer your stride. When your hip is flexed at that position, you make a longer glide. When your hip is at that low position, your stride is that short. So you want to make longer strides to cover greater distance. Guys, are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Good. So take up the transition starting position, and then we drive off with our hands. Just make sure your feet is behind the line. We're assuming that's where you are. Okay, guys, are you fired up for this?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go. Drive with your knees. Come on, push, 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 push. Lovely. Just get back. I want to see your hands moving up and down. I want to see your hands and your head is focused. Don't turn it sideways. Are we okay, guys? Let's correct that. Let's do it one more time better. Are you ready? Let me join you in this set. On your mark, set, go. Up, 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 up. Brilliant. So let's go back. So that is the transition phase. We are now going to see how we sync the acceleration phase and the transition phase into a run. So I'll ask me, please, let's move back a bit. Right. We are going to put this marker here. That will be the start of the transition phase. If you're at the start line, as soon as you reach this point, you're now in an upright posture. Remember, the acceleration phase, your posture is leaning forward so that you're reducing the resistance as you drive off the start. As soon as you reach this transition phase line, you're in an upright posture. And you power your hands and drive your legs. Are you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Good. On your mark. Correct. Set. Go. Lovely. Up, 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 up. Fantastic. Let's get back quickly, guys. Good. This time around, I like us to do it so well that we keep it seamless from start to transition phase. Then we can move on to the next phase. Which is the right phase. Get ready? Yes, sir. On your mark. Set. Go. Look, look, look. Up, 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 up. Brilliant. Good. Come on, guys. Let's get back. Let's get back. Some high tens, some high tens. I know you're doing well. I know you're doing well. Good. So the next phase of our activity, I'm just going to ask our athletes to move a bit forward, because now we want to move into the gliding phase. Now the gliding phase is the third element of the sprint. So as soon as they reach here, we are going to practice how we are going to perfect on that gliding phase. This is the phase where now you need to try and push yourself and edge out the other runners in the race. Again, all the other elements will come into action. How you power your legs, how you drive your hands, and how your head and posture is when you're doing this run. So at the gliding phase, all you need to do is to stay focused. Don't keep looking sideways because it will slow you down. You need to be aware that there are runners in the race, and all you need to think of is how you're going to make or finish. Okay? Now, in the transition phase, what you need to do now is to pump a bit faster, your feet, and keep your head still. Okay? Right. Again, on our feet, on the command to go, I want to see how still you are. I will be looking from the back to see if your body is wavering or you are still and comfortable. Okay? Stay relaxed a bit, but with powerful runs. Right, I'll move with the back just to ensure that you guys are in the correct shape and form. Go! Alright, good. Quickly get back. We're moving back. And now we want to combine the three phases. The first phase was the acceleration phase. The second phase is the transition phase. The third phase is the gliding phase. And then finally we'll do a practice on deceleration. Guys, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Good. On your mark. Set. Up. Down, down, down. Up, 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 up.
Powerful.
Good.
It's always important that in between breaks you have a sip of water to keep you rehydrated. We're going to move on swiftly onto our next and final phase of the sprint. Now this is the deceleration phase. Your start must be as good as your finish. When you're doing this, just make sure that you're not slowing down towards the finish line, but dipping your head in and of course leading with your torso, and that is how you are going to win this race. You may be in first, second, third, fourth position depending on which position you are in. Please just to remember that dipping your head in can give you an edge over other runners if there is a tie. And when there's an element of a photo finish, that can easily bring you out and standing ahead of the other runners if you dip your torso or head in to the finish line. Deceleration phase is very important because at this point runners tend to slow down themselves rather than keep on sprinting until they go past the finish line. To take us off this exercise, we're going to practice how to dip our head into the finish line. Runners, are you ready? Now, when you're doing this, I do not want you to slow down towards our finish line. What I want you to focus on is keeping your head straight, upright body posture, still driving your hands and your knees, hips flexed, and go past the finish line as you dip your head over the line. Are you guys okay with that? Are you guys fired up for this? Right. So we're not going to go back to the commands on your mark, get set, go. I'm just going to shout, go, and off you go. But when you're approaching the finish line, you dip your head inside. Ready? Go! To your leg, your head. I like it how David did it. David actually dipped his head in. If there were 2 or 3 guys on the side who were almost at the finish line, could be declared the winner of the race. So I want you guys to dip your head into the finish line. All right? Good. Ready? Just make sure you stay on your lane. Stay focused. Go. Now dip your head in. All right, good. That was much better than the previous one. Right. We are now going to sink all the races into a complete race. Are you guys ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see how we do this. Let's go, guys. Always important to combine all these phases into a seamless action, and when you do the run, you put every basics or the fundamentals into place. That way your sprint will be well done, and of course you'll have a powerful finish and you'll be happy with your performance. Viewers at home, I hope you've enjoyed this session and you keep in mind everything that we've learned today.
I've really enjoyed athletics today, and I've learned the basic skills of sprinting.
This has been your sport skills program. Remember to follow us on our social media page at EduTV Kenya, our Facebook page, EduTV Kenya, our Twitter handle at EduTV Kenya. This has been your coach, James Okwiri. Goodbye and see you next time.